Hey you, before the video starts, consider dropping a like, a comment, and maybe consider subscribing. This really does help the channel grow. On to the video. Fuck. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Bane here, backing up with another account review. Today we are looking at Domme23's account. Let's just jump right into it. So we have, looking at the dashboard, someone that's probably pretty into the end game. He's got Dragon Warrior statue, has shrines and stuff, eclipse coins. I don't see any gems with like 10k hours of stuff. First thing I immediately notice is Obols. First thing I see is that the Obols are not upgraded. So you see here there's a circle around this Obol. That means you have a +1 on this. So the base for a Dementia purple sparkle Obol is 15%. You have one of them at 16 and the rest are not upgraded. So this tells me you didn't initially upgrade it when you dropped a silver dice Obol to +1 and then further upgraded it to save you points. So you have to go through the painful process of using your Obol fragments, trying to get this from +15 to +16, which is going to cost you a lot of Obol fragments. So for those who don't know, the best way to upgrade Obols is you take the base Obol, and I actually still have a pop Obol here. You take the base Obol, which, like for example, this one, pop Obols themselves drop at +2. You can re-roll it in the bronze stage to go from +2 to +3. There you go. And then you put it in this left slot and you put another bronze pop Obol here and just combine until it upgrades, and it'll give you +4, I believe. A +4 drop Obol, pop Obol. So what you do right now, since you've already unfortunately upgraded them, is you just put them into the reroll stats and keep rerolling until you get to +4. It's just going to cost a lot of fragments. Honestly, just to recoup the fragments, I would do one of two things. One, just go DK Crystal Farm in World 2 on either Sandy Pots or Snellbees or Tysons or Sandcastles. I get pretty similar rates on all three of the maps, but just to drop as many Obols as you can, trash them, get the Obol fragments in case you run out. Or you can do some daily cattle crook boss farming. Sometimes he'll drop the Obol. It's trash just like 50 each. Yeah, that's the next thing I was gonna mention. Smoke is killing cattle crook. It'll drop the cattle crook Obol. It's trashes for like 50 Obols or so, or something like that. You can kill him on Nightmare too if you really want to. I mean, you don't have a lot of keys there. We have a lot of troll keys. I mean, do what you want, but honestly, DK would be the fastest way to do it. And honestly, it does help level up your statues that you have here, like the fuck, what drops in World 2? The Class EXP one, the Anvil production speed, the Cauldron, those ones, just get extra levels in, why not? But yeah, if you need some Obol fragments, that's something you want to do. But definitely reroll for +1 until there's like the silver or like gold outline for the Obol, just as an indication if you've gotten it to +1. But almost everything here that you see, +15 goes to +16, +7 goes to +8, +10 goes to +11, +3 goes to +4. And this as well goes from +10 to +11. So, yep, just something for you to point out, for me to point out to you. If you also have Domme Magnus spawns, you can also try stacking up DK Orb, spawning Domme Magnus towards the end of the DK Orb and trying to kill him to drop the Obol, because the Domme Magnus Obol gives, I think, +14 or so. And those are best in slot drop Obols, which you can reroll up to +15. So, as a little mention there. Next, moving on. On to the next thing. Let's look at stamps. Okay. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even looking at stamps for you to upgrade. I'm just looking at which ones you exalted. And you made a bit of a boo-boo, I see. So, I mean, these ones I don't necessarily disagree with. This one I'd probably disagree with. I think you had better stuff to exalt. Mason jar stamp's good, crystalline stamp's good, golden apple stamp's good, resource stamp terrible, ladle stamp, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not going to harp it. Multi-tool stamp is great. Cooked meal stamp is really not that good. It's not good. No, it's not good at all. It's just really bad. Stack graph stamp, I think value wise for an exalted stamp, it's just not worth it. I think it would have been better for you to put this on fucking gold ball stamp, for example. Like, this is an insane one to have. Not everyone has this, and so I don't really recommend it because it's really hard to get, but this is an absolutely amazing upgrade, especially because of how much emphasis Lava is putting into the arcade shop now and how many bonuses you can get out of it. This is a fantastic one to upgrade. A vendor stamp is also a really good one to upgrade. Summoning EXP stamp is really, really good. Divinity EXP stamp itself is also pretty good. Refinery stamp is pretty good. The atom cost reduction is pretty good. Sigil stamp's pretty good. The carry capacity stamps are really, really good. So when I see the exalted stamps on the all stat and all stat percent, it kind of makes me wince in pain a little bit, because there's a lot of all stat percent sources out there in the game that makes this kind of drown out. I mean, it's not terrible by any means, but comparatively, any of the other stamps I mentioned would be better for your account. 12 Mega Feather is really low. I would recommend trying to get this up even further. I think getting to 16, I think, is just generally pretty good these days. Getting above that is even better. Number one thing I want to look at is here, which you do have, which is the gains from clickers. So getting to plus 18 on the Mega Feather should be really easy for you. It just obviously is going to take a lot more time and mental effort for you to remember it exists to be able to do this, but it would increase Owl, it would increase Kangaroo, which honestly I'm going to look at next because it's on kind of forgotten about, but you can get a bunch of AFK gains here. Getting it to 8, 9, 10 would help you get more AFK gains, which is obviously really nice at any point in the game. And skip into your bubbles. The overall bubbles are fairly good. Minimum 305, it seems. Larry's at 1200. It's not bad. You could get it up if you want. Big P is only 427. I would like to see your P even bigger than this. Please grow it. Use the make sure to order supplements known as boron to up your P to be even bigger. In this channel, we love it's really size that matters, so you really want to try to level this up, because as we mentioned in almost every single review, minor link bonus is incredibly powerful. It helps you get more minimum talent levels, it helps you get more plant gaming growth speed, it helps you get more sailing speed. So it's just a really good one to get because it generally overall really helps your account. So getting this into the thousands of levels, honestly even like 6,000 levels, a really good stopping point. Apart from that, what else can you upgrade? I mean, Diamond Chef, this is a fantastic one to upgrade even itself into the thousands of levels, like 1,000, 2,000, I think is a good stopping point. Even though this says 95.5%, every single level you get into this exponentially increases your cooking speed. So if you're looking to juice out your cooking, which I imagine you probably need to, the Diamond Chef bubble is really good, and it'll definitely help you get some of these bubbles up, some of the cooking meals up to level 110. And speaking of which, you can honestly pretty easily get some of these meals to 110 if you were to upgrade that bubble. Like getting Turkey Lethank to 110 is only going to cost you about 4k ladles less than. So if you level up Diamond Chef another like 100, 200, 1,000 levels, this will go from like 3,600 probably into like the 2,000s, 1,000s range. And the more levels obviously you put into your meals, the easier they will be to cook because of blood marrow. The more meal levels overall that you cook, the more multiplicative meal cooking speed you'll get from blood marrow, the V-Man talent. There's also Windwalker that was introduced, which allows additional levels of the Atom Collider, which means you can upgrade something like Fluoride, which if I know how to navigate to it, I can show you. Fluoride will give you a ton more meal cooking speed. So pushing in Windwalker for that Atom upgrade, which is this one right here. This one right here. If I can navigate to it, because I am dumb. No. This one right here, Atomic Potential. This one, this gives you max level for all atoms, which allows you to hit even higher levels for Atom Collider, which allows you to hit level 31, 32, up to level 50 Fluoride, assuming you have the gaming bits, super bit, which you do. So that will give you a ton more meal cooking speed. This is a fantastic one to help scale meal cooking speed. So don't neglect this. If you are able to push that in the Windwalker, that compass upgrade, you can honestly finish probably the first page of meals in cooking pretty easily, because this is a significant source of meal cooking speed. Right now it's only 4.3 billion for you. You can definitely get that up even higher by leveling it up, because I think right now mine's like in the 10 plus billion or so. Wow. Okay, I think you recently unlocked the shrine levels. So now that you have this unlocked, just start upgrading them. We touch upon this in almost every review as of recent, but the more building levels you have in construction, the more construction build rate and refinery speed you'll get. So if you're struggling in refinery, which I gather you might be, if you're looking for ways to increase your cycle time, the best way to do that is just increase your building levels overall. The more building levels you have, the more build speed you get because of the construction mastery in the Rift. For every, was it 10? Yeah, every 10 levels above 1250, which you're at right now, will give you additional build speed, and this is multiplicative build speed, so this is really good. Same for the refinery speed. Every 10 levels you get in refinery gives you multiplicative refinery speed, so this will help you level up your refinery. So make sure now that you have the max level for the shrines unlocked, this level up here, level 1500, you can really zoom through construction, getting a ton more build rate just by upgrading some of these shrines. Additionally, leveling up Atom Collider is really, really good. Every single individual level you increase, it will roughly give you 0.1% atom cost reduction. It visually says every 10 levels, but it actually gives you the atom cost reduction for every single level you get of the Atom Collider. I've personally tested this. I found this to be true, unless it changed in the past few months. But every single individual level you put into this will help level up, or rather reduce the atom cost of your atoms. So definitely worth to upgrade at any point in the game, and especially right now because it's taking literal seconds for you, even in a non-trim slot, to upgrade this. So it's really, really important. Where are your vials at? I suspect. Okay, yeah. Okay, since you're on the critter grind, number one thing I would recommend is try to max out Goosey Glug. If you haven't retrapped in a little bit, I would highly recommend retrapping because of Windwalker, the compass upgrade. I'm assuming you've at least touched it for 3 seconds. There is an upgrade in the nomadic path called this one right here. Critter Culture is literally the first upgrade you get. Right now you have plus 35 base critters per trap. Not only will this let you get more critters, but this also gives you more EXP, which allows you to level up trapping. As I allude to in a lot of the recent videos, that is really good to help you level up your V-Man in trapping specifically, because right now your V-Man is only 111. Decently high. Your worship's 130, which again isn't that bad. But every single level you get in trapping and every single level you get in worship is incredibly important for this talent right here, Species Epoch. The reason, holy shit. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. The reason Species Epoch is good is because this was previously one of the only sources for critters and souls in the game. So this was the only way you can actually scale and reasonably get those files up to level 13 is this talent right here. So maxing out or trying to increase your levels of trapping and worship on your V-Man will give you multiplicatively more critters and souls, which allow you to increase, or rather get those vials up to 13. So more levels on worship, more levels on trapping for your V-Man to be able to get those vials done. And like I said, base critters is really important. So the first critter vial you want to try to level up and get to 13 is Goosey Glug, which allows you to get base critters, which allows you to get more EXP. Once this vial is 13, it is really important to retrap, get nature traps on your V-Men, try to get as much EXP as possible to increase the EXP you get, which allows you to upgrade trapping, which allows you to upgrade worship a little bit, and get more critters and souls to help you get those vials up to 13. It's just a recursive thing. And then when you're done with that, you can just skip straight to the turtle vial, trying to get this to 13, because this is really huge, because it's obviously multiplicative meal cooking speed, it's multiplicative construction build rate, it's multiplicative sigil speed, it's multiplicative artifact find chance. This is the best sigil in the game. This is the best vial in the game, and it is really important you do this. Okay, let's talk about your statues. So statues are really good. And the reason that is right now for you is primarily because of Dragon Warrior statue. This gives you a massive amount of statue bonus just by having the statue unlocked. But you may notice it's a lot lower than some of the end gamers. If I pull up my toolbox, which I know is an unfair comparison because I have a lot higher Dragon Warrior statue than you by 70 levels or so. The base is 91.4 for me. For you, it is 45.6. But notice there is this line right here. Flashbang. What is that? What is voodoo statuification? What is Voodoo statification? Anyone want to tell me? This is a quiz, pop quiz for chat. It's a multiplier. Where do I get this multiplier? And why is mine 2.2 and this man's 1.67? It's a book, a V-Man power-up. You are correct, chat. Round of applause. You guys get a cookie. So, Voodoo statification. I can't emphasize enough how massive this this talent is. It is really goated for your account because it does exactly what Dragon Warrior statue does. It gives you a multiplier to statue bonuses. And why are statues good? Because it'll give you stealth percent, which at any stage of the game you'll need. It'll give you villager EXP. It'll even scale Dragon Warrior statue to be even higher to scale those other statues as I mentioned. It'll also give you divinity EXP. So if you are trying to do the divinity grind and trying to get higher Arctis talent levels, there you go. It gives you more divinity EXP and makes that grind easier. It also gives you more damage, more breeding EXP, more cooking EXP, which kind of sucks. Coin percent, construction EXP, which at all stages of the game is really, really good. It gives you skill EXP, which helps your V-Man. It gives you more alchemy EXP to help level that up to get you more skill levels for bravery, for example. It gives you more worship power, so you can cap out on that a lot easier. More trapping power, more production speed, a little bit more class EXP, which is kind of negligible. But the big kicker, the big thing is skilling power. Skilling power is so powerful for when it comes to doing your skilling prints. Dragon Warrior statue enables getting billions, tens to hundreds of billions of prints in combination with things like the Bravery Monument, the Justice Monument, the Wisdom Monument. Fishing power is like the basis for how skilling efficiency scales, and by neglecting the Voodoo statification, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you can probably 2x your prints by leveling up Dragon Warrior statue another 10 levels, and by maxing out and booking 292 or 299, depending how far it is, for your V-Man Voodoo statification level. These skilling power statues are incredibly powerful for your prints, and I wouldn't be surprised if you can genuinely like 2x your print value because of it. Dragon Warrior statues enabled by the Cavern 15 upgrade in the hole, so he's gotten to the temple, he's farmed this out a little bit and is able to get it. Do you want to note that the Dragon Warrior statue, you are able to get multi-kill on it because it's the first item in the drop table, so you want to scale as much drop rate, but most importantly as much multi-kill per tier as you can. Go AFK on the mob on all of your characters, try to get as much of the ancient golem kills as you can, and if you do plan on activating it for the torches drops, I'd recommend doing it on Siegebreaker because the plunderous mob does impact the amount of torches that drop. It doesn't really take into account it doesn't really take into account multi-kill while you're active on the mob. It's only when you're AFK. Okay. Dragon Warrior is definitely not great value, Brand. You take that back. I didn't say anything about it being great value. Oh, well, it's a great value statue, but listen, I don't want to get sued by Walmart, so I do apologize. Or Kirkland. Who the fuck's great value? Oh, okay. No, Kirkland is Kirkland. What am I talking about? Yeah, we talked about cooking, breeding. How are we doing here? I mean, you probably were here for the previous rants of this, but if you're trying to push Windwalker, make sure to get breedability pets and put them in your fence yard. Start with like the level 1 pets so you can start getting more crit chance for your Windwalkers to help you cap out at 100% easier. The faster you get to 100%, the more consistent your damage output is, which allows you to push the abominations a little bit faster. You have all that stuff maxed out. Your arena's 207, good. You never know sometimes. If you're looking to really like speed up the Windwalker grind, getting this specific bonus into the breeding window, upgrading a little bit more would help a ton in getting you more shiny pet level up rate, so you are able to upgrade your shiny pets a little bit faster. So that comes to these pets, so you can get more bonuses from all meals, which you're trying to upgrade. It allows you to get more drop rate, more base efficiency for skills, more base critters, which as we mentioned is really important. Mega crit does not work in Tempest form. Wait, are you talking about super crit? Wait, hold on. Talking about this one? No, it's over accurate crit. Mega crit does not work in Tempest form. This does not work. Actually, that's misleading. This technically does work, but I need to There you go. I got a mega crit. It's only if you are punching the mob will mega crit work. But outside of that, it does not work. If you're punching the mob, it'll work. Spaghetti code. Yeah, just you know, don't punch the mob when weapon power is just too important. Anyways. Okay. I think we're cooking, chat. Hold on. Hold on. Oh! Oh, baby. Okay. I haven't had one of these in a while. So, what are your characters doing right now? Ancient Golem, Samurai Guardians, Ancient Golem, Wisdom. Consolidate all of your characters to doing like one activity. The biggest issue and downfall I see a lot of early game players make is that their characters are doing something in one world, and the rest of the characters are doing something in different worlds. For the purposes of shrine leveling, which is really important, you want them all in the same world, or as much in the same world as you possibly can. And number two, your lab level is not 2100. The reason lab level 2100 is important is because you're missing those last two nodes in lab, and they are so powerful. Number one, this gives you a 1.1x multiplier to everything in lab. So everything here gets multiplied by 1.1 so long as you're connected to it. All the all active bonuses, all the jewels from the mainframe, except for this one right here. This one right here is it's essentially the same thing. So this alone is really powerful, and you're only 200 lab levels away from it. So you need to be 1400 lab level for this. You need to be 700 lab level for this. And you need to be 2100 lab level for this. And this last one, oh man, okay, this one is incredibly powerful, especially since we talk about shiny pet farming or breedability farming. What this lab node does right here, purple opal rumble, this one gives you another boost to crop depot bonuses. This is essentially what Deathbringer's superior crop research upgrade is in the grimoire. This gives a multiplicative increase to your crop depot bonuses. Your crop depot bonuses give you pet rate, it gives you gaming invo. So if you are struggling in gaming, oh wow, how are you in purple bits? And it said 8 point. Is your Roxy off? It's rock, brother. How do you have 8.9 minutes of growth cycle? Why is this costing green bits to upgrade? Oh my lord. Okay, so as a quick reminder, okay, hear me out when I say this. And this is going to sound stupid. The best way to scale gaming bits is gaming speed. The faster you can grow crops, the more bits you gain. So what does that mean? It means you actively kind of need to go out of the way to nuke any bit gain you get for the purpose of gaming speed. It is so incredibly powerful, which I do have another resource I can kind of talk about here. Flashbang, by the way. This was Domme's review. There we go. So, I'll link this in chat for both YouTube and Twitch. So this spreadsheet helps kind of gauge whether you are at instant gaming or close to instant gaming. So you would need to obviously make a copy of the sheet like I've done here, import either your Idleon efficiency or toolbox values here into this, into just like click on this and copy and paste. And then you would need to import the values of your permeep, for example, when you're linked to it. So if I link to permeep, we got a divinity, yours would be 48.59. You would put that number here, 48.59. You don't have this, so you'd put this in active. You don't have this, so you'd put this in active, I believe. And I assume you don't have Kitsune on. And it would tell you if you are achieving 5-second gaming or instant gaming. Now, same with just about every other spreadsheet. This is a little bit inaccurate, so it's not like an exact tool and measure for if you are at instant gaming. It'll give you a rough idea if you are near it. If it says achieved here and you're not getting it instantly in World 5 Town, it could be you need to upgrade your speed a little bit more. But outside of doing instant gaming, why is gaming speed important? If I turn off Kitsune, I want you to notice the minimum growth tier of this crop goes down. Actually, it doesn't because I have so much gaming speed. Never mind. Hold on, bad example. But you see how the next tier progress goes down way significantly. What that means is if I do instant gaming, there's a chance I don't instantly grow a 5-second crop, a tier 5 crop or a tier 4 crop. The higher speed you get, the more chance it is you can guarantee a higher tier crop. So here, the tier is 4. It doesn't change because my gaming speed is so insanely fast. But still, I'm missing essentially 10x the increase of base gaming crop by just turning off Kitsune. And what that does is it effectively multiplies, or rather divides. It's a massive decrease to gaming bit gain, because instead of growing a fuck, I don't even know what I deleted. But instead of like my base crop growing at this tier 4, tier 5, it'll grow at like tier 3, tier 2. And that's like really, really important for gaming and trying to get bits, because if I collect this crop, for example, I'm at 290k. If I collect this crop, it's 870k. Every single tier of a crop that you get gets you more and more bits. That was also at 3 to 4x the bit gain. So by turning off Roxy, yes, you get like a 3x bit multiplier, but there's also the chance you could reduce your crop growth by essentially a 9x bit multi. So turning off Kitsune is actually a terrible idea, because you reduce the base tier that your crops grow in gaming, which means you get overall less bits by having Roxy off. That's why if you ever look at a end gamer, they always have Kitsune on, because it gives so much gaming speed. And to that point, you should always try and upgrade Kitsune, because the more upgrades you put into Kitsune, the more gaming speed you'll get, which means you get even higher base minimum tier of crops. And what instant gaming is essentially, instead of it taking 5 seconds for a crop to grow, as you see outside of World 5 Town, anywhere in the world outside of clicking sprinkler, obviously, it takes 5 seconds for a crop to grow. So that's what the 5-second gaming is on the spreadsheet that you saw from Corndag. If you go to World 5 Town, and honestly, you go anywhere, you don't even have to go to the gaming console, and I click on Harvest All, you'll see my crops grow within 1 second. That's because the internal game tick happens to be faster inside World 5 Town. So gaming will tick or increase every 1 second, versus anywhere else in the game, it'll tick every 5 seconds. You can kind of overcome this by clicking on the sprinkler to insta grow the crops, because it'll refresh the cycle. So if you go outside of World 5 Town and go to like the World 5 Sugmas map, for example, you'll see this turns back to 5-second gaming, and it takes 5 seconds for my crops to grow. I can refresh the cycle duration by clicking on Sprinkler, which allows my crops to grow as if it had been in World 5 Town. So that's why sprinklers sometimes work. You see here, if it has 0 drops, that's because it actively forces the gaming window to refresh. And yes, the reason yours grows slower in World 5 Town is because you have not hit instant gaming. So Yeah, so there's a little bit of a sweet spot between 5-second gaming and instant gaming from World 5 Town. You need more gaming speed to be able to hit it instantly in World 5 Town. And that's going to come from you upgrading the things in the fertilizer, this speed right here, upgrading Roxy, as you see here, upgrading the amount of acorns you get from the squirrel, upgrading the plant growth speed you see here, and also more crops found in farming. But yeah, anyways, just to give you a little bit of insight about how gaming works, why it's 1 second in World 5 versus 5 seconds outside of World 5, what impacts the gaming growth speed, and that's just kind of what, you know, this, I mean, I don't even need the Equinox stream, but I could just sit here for like 3 seconds and grow all the chemicals I need to complete the Equinox stream. But yeah, getting instant gaming as soon as you can is a really big boon to gaming, to helping you push the super bits. So if you're ever struggling for the super bits, trying to aim for this is a really huge bit multiplier for you, because you can obviously do this, click on a chemical, you know, push and click on your shovel and hope you get a bigger shovel, or your bigger nugget rather. Yes, and as I mentioned, the spreadsheet itself is inaccurate. It may say you have instant gaming, but you're probably another few upgrades off. So you'll need to pump more points into the fertilizer. You'll need to pump either upgrade or try to get more crops collected, more crop scientist pencil upgraded, more levels of the import for Kitsune, more acorn gaming speed. There's something you're missing. You need more speed to be able to hit that. So permeep is the gaming speed that you get is the minor link bonus. This one right here. This boat sailing speed and gaming plant growth speed. This right here. So for me, this number is 58.5. If you have a different number because you have a different scaling of your minor link bonus. No problem. Whew. It's a big gaming episode. Okay. Okay. That being said, you can also get more gaming bit gain through Bravery. I definitely would like to see this up at I'm gonna honestly get this to 24k before you touch justice, or sorry, 10k before you touch justice any further. So stick your characters in Bravery Monument, get this to 10k, because once you get to 10k, that'll allow you to get the additional rethrows, which will help significantly increase your damage. And then do justice 24k. I mean, you have the monument AFK gain to just stick them on Bravery and just kind of go to town until 10k and then just go back to justice, do 24k. Do you have Minecraft gem? Unlucky. Unlucky. Okay, cooking. Did we talk about cooking? Yeah, we did. We did, right? Fluoride, all that fun stuff, right? No? Maybe. We talked about these. Those are big. Okay, wow. I don't think I need to say it. Do I need to say it? Do your slab grind. I see a lot of slab here that you can do. Yep. Yes, lots of party dungeon, but there's a lot of there's some craftable stuff I see, or quest items. There's this, which is droppable from the troll mob. Some of the tokens, which are more or easier than others. Alchemy shop obols. Yep. Idle skilling, in and out adventure. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and you're decently far in farming. So good job. Again, the same thing as the previous people. Hitting that 1 second growth cycle time is really impactful. So again, my big focus for you, or thing you should focus on, should be speed GMO. And if you want to try to push this to like 10 trillion cost to get even more growth speed, this helps scale the various farming speed multipliers that you have available to you. So this will help you reach that 1 second growth time a little bit faster. sure. And okay, are you like mastery 2? Yeah. Yeah, trying to push the mastery 3 is going to be a big thing for you. So yeah, on the biggest like break point for mastery 2 is going to come from getting moissanite. Moissanite will help you scale the various gemstone bonuses you have, which notably the stealth percent, the door damage, and starite. So obviously try to farm out starite first because you don't have any, so you're not scaling any of the gold charms you have in your inventory, and most notably the biggest one being stealth percent here and action speed. So you have no like big scalers for gold charms, so go farm out like 1k 5k of starite even to help, you know, start scaling those, because those are really important for stealth percent and progressing sneaking. Yeah, 100. That's pretty good. Okay. Definitely going on the gold food grinding with DK and trying to finish these out. So gold cheese and golden ham you can get from World 3 crystal farming. We mentioned the various spots before, but I'll mention it again. Bloodbones is a good one. Neptunes is a good one. Apparently Blokes is good too. I personally have better rates on Bloodbones or Neptunes. So you can do that. Golden peanuts. This sounds daunting, but it's actually not that bad. Hey Panda, what's up? So again, a little tip. If you play on Steam, which I would recommend you do, if you're playing on mobile, you're playing the game wrong and you're gonna like actually brick your account soon. So I wouldn't play on mobile. So if you're playing on PC, as you should, and playing on Steam specifically, not on browser, you can do this trick. I'm gonna switch to desktop view. Again, I know it's a small window, but this is just to showcase what I want to show you guys. So the way to craft things fast is not by clicking and holding on storage, because this has a cap for how fast it can actually craft stuff. So don't do this method. What you actually want to do is take the individual resources out of storage. So it's hot dogs and bleach logs. Okay. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold on this craft button, and then I'm going to Alt Tab to the window behind it. So that's Beanstalk. And then if I go and open the Idleon window again, you'll see it's still crafting. In fact, it speeds up in crafting. So while this is minimized, I should be done crafting that entire stack of peanuts in like 3-4 minutes. So we're going to continue just talking about gold food and the sources you can get it, and we'll come back to the window in just a second. So briefly talking about the ones that are very easily farmable via crystal mobs, obviously golden hamster gummies doing world 5 DK farming, tremor worms if you have the V-Man enhancement talent for the additional uptime for nightly disciple, world 1 board beans, golden omniches is really good there. World 2, there's various places you can go. I did this initial grind on sandcastles. I found sandy pots to be better. Tysons apparently are better, and Snellbees can be better too, so you can do that there. Golden ribs, this is world 4. World 3, golden bread is from the Colosseum in world 3 or in world 5, I believe. I would recommend, if you're doing the world 5 Colosseum, I would recommend going on to Bubo and trying to kill the mobs as fast as possible, because world 5 and world 6 Colosseums don't stack up DK orb. So yep, absolutely recommend. Golden ham, like I said, is world 3. Golden cheese is world 3. Golden omich is world 1. Golden meat pie world 2. Golden kebabs, same thing. I think this comes from world 6 Colosseum is the best source of it. Golden jam comes from world 5 Colosseum. Butter bar is AFK on specific catching nodes. I believe it's the butter fly nest. And the golden peanut we're kind of showcasing here. And golden cakes, you're going to doing a lot of AFK grinding, doing the perler shell grind on clammies, and moons for the ghosts as one of the crafting materials. And also this is going to take a lot of golden omniches, so you're going to have to grind those out, as well as hamster gummies. So you can see it's really speeding up here. It is really speeding up here. We'll come back. Let's go back to, we talked about vials already. We talked about cauldrons. We haven't really talked about cauldrons. Okay, so I recently did a video on exclamation mark boost. I recently did a video talking about liquid investment, how it's a good thing for you to invest in. So if you haven't watched that video, I would recommend doing that, and I would highly recommend trying to click or rather doing some more cranium cooking and upgrading your cap and rate a little bit more. Liquid investment works by having a filled cauldron, so by having 6,500 liquid and just letting cranium cook go to town to passively level up cap and rate. So you can just go AFK, turn auto on your blood on your bubo, and just kind of walk away and let it cranium cook for an extended period of time. And an overall goal of what you should hit is trying to hit like 400 on cap and rate. That's just really good. It's a good basis for alchemy to help you get more gems per day, to help you level up your bubbles when you run out of liquid and such. So it's just really, really good for you to try to hit that, just to help you kind of in the future for when cranium cooking may get better. Beautiful, thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is going to come more with bravery, but pushing more waves of bravery and focusing on mining efficiency specifically is going to help you increase these prints. Also, like we mentioned with the voodoo statification talent, trying to max that out with a high enough book should give you a lot more skill efficiency to increase your prints here. So hitting 10 billion prints is a good breakpoint. It's just really, really good. Hitting 100 billion means you're kind of transitioning from mid to end gamer, and getting into a trillion means you're kind of in the end game status. So that's just kind of like a baseline for where prints are today. So I think a 7 billion print is completely okay for where you are right now, but pushing into the 10 billions, into the hundreds of billions is something you want to do, and that's going to come with more bravery hours. All right, clicking back into the window, I'm done crafting. There you go. So now I have a bunch of peanuts. Voila. Moving on. That was 2 million peanuts I crafted in the span of what, like 6 minutes? 7 minutes? All right. Equinox. Let's talk about... Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Where do you farm dogs? Crystal farming, world 1. Okay, so crafting does not need to be done in town. No, you can do it anywhere, as long as you have the inventory space for it. So let's see the list. This was Pet Arena. Equinox. I know it's in tips and tricks. I know it's here. So this was the setup. This was the setup that Grifty used, and it worked pretty well. And it's probably even better now because we have more breeding power, more pet damage available to us. So getting to, I think at the time it was bugged out and it said 115, but it was actually wave 130 you needed to get to. So I don't know, just stick around for 130 and do it then. But you can do it here. You can do it to 130, and it's very, very easy now. Just get a burger, a refiller, a pea pod, and a looter, and it worked just fine. but you can definitely get this done really, really easily because the biggest upgrade in the game is Equinox symbols. It is so powerful because you're missing 23 talent levels from this. Let that soak in. It is so important how powerful this is. This is basically Symbols of Beyond just kind of cracked. And if you want to hit 400 tentacle anytime soon, you're going to require this, a higher level of elemental sorcerer, high level of big P, high level of divinity levels, all that stuff coming together to help you hit 400 tentacle for what, 4-second cooldowns. So you can eventually, like 90% of the time, 95% of the time, Cranium Cook. Slug Companion too. Yeah, it's like Slug Companion, basically. And honestly, if that's all you need to do is reach round 115 in Pet Arena using a comp of 4 pets, that is the easiest thing you can do in this game. For where you are at. Where you are at. Okay. Doing it right now. Perfect. And I'm going to put that in World 4 guides. Equinox Dream completion for Pet Arena Wave 115. And this was Tome. There you go. I updated the Discord. If you go to Organized Tips and Tricks, go to the list of World 4 guides that Zeta created a while ago. I did put those comps there for you guys to reference. There you go. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord already, make sure to check the description if you're watching on YouTube and type !Discord on Twitch chat if you're here already. Anyways, moving on. What else is there for us to talk about, chat? Death Note, we didn't really talk about this. Okay, I guess we'll stop here because it's kind of a mini moot thing for you to talk about, but definitely remember every single day, try to kill Dr. Defecus, try to kill the Baba Yaga, get as many Bonjo Pickles on your character as you can, and try to stack this up. This multi-kill is across every single world. It's multi-kill per tier. It's really, really good, especially when you're trying to go onto the Onyx, the Dragon Warrior statue grind, trying to get more of this. When you're trying to get more villager statues, it is a fantastic way to scale it. It is comparatively very minimal, but it is a source of multi-kill per tier that you can definitely get, and it's very, very easy for you right now. Like I mentioned before on a previous review, getting as many Bonjo Pickles on your Deathbringer as you can, making sure you have your Gravestone active, go outside of Wraith form and just, click active and just walk away on the Glunko Slimes map, and you should be able to stack this into the thousands, tens, even hundreds of thousands of kills to get the really high multi-kill per tier that Glunko can provide you. So just as a last little bit of tip there. So Dom, thank you for the account. I do appreciate it. There's a lot of things for us to talk about there, specifically regarding Voodoo Statification, regarding gaming, regarding lab grind and divinity grind. But definitely my biggest tip for you is definitely consolidate your characters into one world. Try to get a stack of golden cheese across your characters because you want to try to level up your shrines. Level 22, 21 shrine level is relatively low, and I know you can push this even higher, especially when you start upgrading these in the these buildings themselves. These shrines are really going to start leveling up going into the 23, 24. Ultimately, it's going to help you get more crystal and giant spawn chance, which means you get more DK farming, you get more free gems, more balloons, more time candy every single week from the giant mobs, and just overall general account progress in the form of respawn rate for your mobs, a little bit of AFK gains, more carry capacity. The shrines are just really, really good. Yeah, I hope that does help you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey there guys, it's Bane here. I just wanted to say deeply thank you to everyone who does support me over on YouTube and or Twitch. It really does help motivate me to continue making more videos. If you would like to become a channel member just starting at $1 a month, please check the description below. Have a great day.